Hi, welcome to our first week of online classes for our section 02 and 04. Instead of meeting face-to-face on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the next foreseeable future, maybe through the end of the semester, we'll be meeting online. As soon as there are any updates to let you know differently, I will let you know, but for right now, that's the plan. The Moodle page is going to look just the way it has always looked to you, with one exception. I have added a little icon up here for you to click on to hear the week's video lecture. That is optional. If you want to look at the video, you can, but all of the message in the video is also written out for you right here. One thing that I've done in light of some changes that have been made is I have changed the course or updated the course calendar to reflect what's going on. So you can see March 17, 19 is break, no curriculum classes that week. And then I've changed some due dates for some things, and I've decided to put in a rough draft of the annotated bibliography. Since I won't be able to go over it with you in class and address problems in class, we can do it this way. I'll look at your rough drafts and make comments, and we can get that cleared up before you have to turn in your file. So the rough draft will be due next Tuesday, March 31st, and the final draft will be due April 7th. I have kept the date for the Core Project 4 research paper still due for April the 28th. We still have plenty of time to get that done. I'm not sure about spring break, but I'll let you know as soon as I know anything different about that. It could be a week that we'll just continue to go on and work on our research paper, or it could be a week where you'll be free to take a break and do whatever you had planned to do. I'm not sure at this point, but you can always continue to work on your assignments through that week anyway. Okay, so let's take a look at the Moodle page then. One thing, since I can't take attendance face-to-face, your attendance will be taken by your submission of assignments. So, as always, I have under the gold bar that says graded assignment, I have the assignments. Here's the link for the rough draft. And so if you do that assignment for the rough draft, then you will be counted present for this week. And here is the link for the final draft that will be due Tuesday, April 7th, and that will count as the assignment that will mark your attendance there. So keep in mind, we still can't miss 2 weeks in a row. Some completed the journal that was due last week, and some did not. For those who did not, I would just want you to move forward with your rough draft of the annotated bibliography, which is due by next Tuesday. There's no need to backtrack with the journal, because the purpose of both of them was for me to look at your sources and make sure you're on the right track. So let's just forget it if you haven't done it. For those of you who did it, you got 100 for doing it. I did not give zeros for those who did not do it, though. I have added a Turnitin assignment for you to submit the rough draft of your annotated bibliography, so that I can preview it before you have to turn in the final document. I can make comments about something you need to add or take out or fix your format or whatever. And that needs to be turned in before midnight on Tuesday, March 31st or sooner. And I'll keep checking it. I'll make comments on it, and then you should be able to have all of the mistakes or any kind of changes that you need to make cleared up before your final is due April the 7th. I want you to continue to work on finding sources, revising your annotated bibliography entries, And of course, we need to write the introductory paragraph for the annotated bibliography. I have a sample document for you to view so that you can see that and pattern yours after that. Also, once you get your annotated bibliography together, before you submit it for me to look at as a rough draft, make sure your format is correct. So I won't have to tell you that your format's not correct. Look at the samples that I've given you. You want to submit your annotated bibliography for a final grade on Tuesday, April 7th. I already said that, but I'll repeat that. And so I have updated the dates right here. Rough draft due March 31st. Annotated bibliography final draft due April 7th. And your research paper due April 28th. So we have plenty of time to get all of this done, but you do need to stay on top of it. Okay, so the documents are here that you can look at. There is a document for the annotated bibliography. It's the same document we have had before, except I made a change on the document, and that was I used to have a sample that did not look like the Goal 5 Achieve Gender Equality sample that I gave you on our PowerPoint presentation and that I gave you for the journal that you were supposed to do last week. So I have changed that and put that sample on here. So the document did change a little bit. The other thing that I have put on the page this week is the formatting for the annotated bibliography. It is in MLA format, Times New Roman, 12-point font, double line space. You want to insert your page number and add your last name in front of it. And you want to put your heading in, your name, my name, course name, and then the date. And then you're going to have your research topic here. So you're not going to type your research topic. You're going to substitute the goal that you're working on. So Goal 5 is what my sample relates to. If you're working on Goal 1, you'd have Goal 1 up there. And spell out the title of what Goal 1 is. And underneath that, centered, because this is the title of your document, underneath that, annotated bibliography. And then you will have your introduction paragraph, and I'm going to show you a sample of that in just a minute. But you would indent, as you would for any other MLA documented essay. You're going to indent your first line, and you're going to put your information here. This should probably take up about half to 3/4 of the page. And then right under that, you're going to put in, again, your research topic, which is going to be the goal that you're working on, a colon, and then after that, an annotated bibliography. And then you're going to put your first citation in proper MLA format. Remember, you're going to start with your author's last name, or the author's name, last name, comma, first name. If you don't have an author, you skip it and go to the article name. The article name goes in quotation marks. Then you have the name of the website that is publishing the article, that is your source, and that goes in italics. Comma, date of publication, if you have it. If you don't have it, remember, in MLA 8th edition, we just skip it. And then your URL, which you will copy from your browser. Then you'll have your date of access, like this, accessed 3 March. And remember, we abbreviate the months, MAR period, 2020. And, of course, you want to use a hanging indent. And then your paragraph that you write, your evaluative annotation, goes right underneath this, lined up right with the indented part of your annotated citation. So your citation up here. So the second citation goes right here, and you can see, because we're using hanging indent, that part sticks out. So I can see here's my first one, here's my second one, and so forth. And I did put this on there for your third one and your fourth one. They all read exactly the same, but I just want to remind you that they are, that there are 4 of these that need to go on there. The first one would be the goal page from the that we're working on that I gave you to start with, the global goals, and then 3 in addition to that. Now here is my sample document that has my introduction paragraph on it. You can see again, it's in MLA format, has my page number up here, and then it has my regular heading. Here's my title, UN Global Goal 5, Achieve Gender Equality and Empower All Women and Girls, Annotated Bibliography. That title should be centered just like that. And then you indent and you type your paragraph. And so you can see in this paragraph, it says one of the problems that is a worldwide issue is the inequality of women. In order to help solve this and other global issues, the United Nations established 17 global goals. Goal 5 was developed to help eliminate gender inequality. Researching online for Core Project 4, because you want to give your reader an overview of what it is that this annotated bibliography covers. Problem solution, persuasive essay for English 111, the following sources were found that give vital information that will be used in the essay. And here they are listed with the goals with the name of each page in quotation marks. And I've listed them here. Goal 5, Achieve Gender Equality and Empower All Women and Girls from UN.org. Gender Equality from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The Sustainable Development Agenda from UN.org. And Women Health Issues, Reproductive Health and Rights from the Global Fund for Women.org. These sources have been determined to be reliable sources for a college academic research assignment, and some of the articles give background information and some give information to support solutions for helping the problem. So you see, when your reader reads this, they have a good overview of what it is that you're getting ready to list. And then you will repeat your title, UN Global Goal 5, Achieve Gender Equality and Empower All Women and Girls, an annotated bibliography, and here is your first source. It's going to be your goal. Normally on a works cited page we put our entries in alphabetical order, but in an evaluative annotated bibliography they do not need to go in alphabetical order. They just need to, it doesn't really matter what the order is. However, what order you use that you put them in your document here should be the same order that you mention them in your introduction paragraph. So feel free to use my pattern here to guide you. This is kind of like a template for you to use. Of course, yours will be different because you have different goals that you're working on and you have different sources. But it will look very similar to this. And this is what I want you to submit for your rough draft so that I can look at it. And if there are some issues, if there are some things that need to be fixed, you'll be able to fix those things before you turn in your final. And remember, this counts 20% of your grade, so we definitely want to make a good grade on this project. When you finish up with your annotated bibliography, just continue to research. Remember, you only had to have 4 sources for this assignment, but you have to have 5 to 6 for the research paper, so go ahead and continue to find sources for that. And next week we'll talk more about Core Project 4, about how to write an introduction paragraph for that assignment. But this week, work on the annotated bibliography and turning in your rough drafts so that you can get my feedback and you can get it polished up to turn it in for the final annotated bibliography on April the 7th. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. The best way is to contact me through email, the way you usually contact me, and I'll get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Of course, I've never been available 24/7, but you know I do get back to you in a fairly short amount of time. If you are used to getting help from the English studio is still open, but you will not be able to have one-on-one tutoring. We're taking it very seriously that we're supposed to be distancing ourselves from each other, and so that's going to prohibit a tutor session with you sitting right directly beside a tutor. They will, however, have Chromebooks that are available if you want to go in there and use a Chromebook. If you want to go up there with your laptop and just have a quiet place to work and enjoy the campus's Wi-Fi, you can do that also. I'm going to be sending out information in another email that's going to have a link to where you can request tutoring through a Google Meet and or Google Chat, and get one-on-one tutoring that way without having to be in person right next to somebody else. And of course, I can do a Google Meet with you too if you want me to do that. If you just want to see my face while I'm talking to you virtually, we can certainly arrange to do that also. But email me if you need any help at all. I'll be glad to help you. Don't become frustrated, and don't feel like you might as well give up, because we can still finish this course successfully if you just let me help you. So reach out to me, and I will talk to you again in another video next week.